We've already seen some very hot days, and of course the summer is not even here yet. News 19's meteorologist Nicole Steves shows us how the hummingbirds here in the Midlands could be affected by the upcoming hot temperatures.
Hummingbirds are one of South Carolina's most important pollinators. They love to snack on the nectar of wild blooms like petunias and zinnias, which helps spread the growth of flowers. But eating as well as resting and reproducing is increasingly difficult as the world warms from climate change. Instead of going out for food in increasingly hot summers, they choose to stay in the shade during the day to remain cool. They also aren't as social when it's hot, so they are less likely to mate. Hummingbirds save energy at night by going into a slower state called torpor, when their body temperature can drop by more than half. With warmer nights, they might not be able to save so much energy. Their habitats are also starting to shrink as the climate changes. Early spring blooms, like the one we had this year and continue to have, affect the timing between the flowers' arrival and the birds' return from their winter homes. This makes it harder for the hummingbirds to find food and for the flowers to have their necessary pollinators. The time between the birds' first arrival and the first flowering has shrunk by 13 days over the last 4 decades, giving male hummingbirds less time to find a seasonal location to settle. They could lose 50% of their current migration range if this warming pattern continues by 2080. For Climate Matters, I'm meteorologist Nicole Steves.